going to be taking a look at Nissan's ultimate sports car of the early 2000s, the Nissan 350Z Track Edition. Let's get into the review. Yes, this is the 350Z Track Edition, and as the name suggests, it has all of the factory-equipped modifications to back it up. So as far as modifications go, Nissan has installed forged alloy ray wheels on all four corners of this car. They also have 4-piston Brembo brakes up front, as well as dual-piston Brembos in the rear. So as far as suspension goes, Nissan has installed double wishbone suspension all around, and that really cements the idea that this is a track car, and that was the sole purpose of the design of the Track Edition. So Nissan launched the 350Z all the way back in 2003. Here we are 17 years later, and I'll say this is one of the finest examples you will ever find, especially in the ultra-rare Track Edition form. I just want to talk again about the style of the 350Z, and one thing that's apparent to all the people who love the 350Z is the line that goes from the front to the back of the car. It follows the window line so well, which is why this car has aged so well. These traditional coupe lines really make it timeless, and especially since it's 17 years old, it's done just that. So I again want to talk about the 350Z was launched all the way back in 2003, and alongside was the Infiniti G35, and of course they were built on the same platform, and so you would think they're quite exactly the same car. And I'll tell you, they're actually completely different driving styles. The experience is totally different. Yes, the 350Z came out at the same time the S2000, the Mustang, the Camaro, all those other contenders were competing. And I'll tell you, when this came on the market all the way back in 2003, I suspect that these sold like nothing else. Alright, so again, this is Nissan's Halo car in the early 2000s, and especially since this is a Track Edition, there are quite a few Easter eggs. One I have to talk about is number 3. Number 3 appears on so many places all around this car, on the 350Z badge, as well as the chassis strut brace in the back half, as well as the door handles. You'll just see so many Easter eggs all around this car. It's really cool to see that Nissan has made these personal touches that just make it that much cooler. I just really like how this look of this car is. You know, this is the stock suspension, and you know, I like the fitment of the wheel under the arch. I think it just looks really good, especially with the flared out wheel arches. Here's just another really cool touch that I like. I call it, you know, ease of use. So you close the door and it'll roll the window up for you automatically. It goes up in its track. You're fine to walk away and lock the car. You're good to go. So now we're getting inside the ultra small cabin of the 350Z, and as you just saw, the window rolled up. So immediately upon sitting inside here, you know, it's really tight, and you especially have that feeling considering the dashboard sort of, you know, ropes around you. And again, I want to talk about the fact that the G35 and the 350Z share the same platform. Obviously, this steering wheel is off of the G35. I believe the dials as well, not the dials, the thing that encompasses the dials, but a lot of the switch gear in here, everything down to the window controls, you know, just a lot of things in here. It's really interesting to see this. Again, I have to point out, you have your 3 little dots, just makes it that much cooler, and it also helps you determine whether or not it's a real 350Z Track Edition. And it gets even crazier. There's 3 little blades here, 3 blades here, 3, you know, a lot of the number 3. You know, that's just interesting. So these are the Track Edition sports seats, and they're cloth and a sort of, you know, suede cloth material. It's really interesting because they're super bolstered at the lumbar, the thigh support, you know, everything. And then here it's sort of soft, and you know, it's still as grippy, but the cloth is seemingly more grippy. So really interesting to see this material combination. Here's a little something a lot of 350Z owners do not know about. It's the pop-out cup holder, and for the few who do know about it, most of them are broken. They don't work anymore, and the parts for this specific cup holder cost between $100 and $200 to fix. So I'm so glad to see that this one is still in working order. And yes, finally, 3 pedals down below. We have Nissan's excellent 6-speed manual and the 350Z, a true sports car combination. So the owner right now does not have a radio in right now, but less weight, more fast. There you go. And another thing I just really like, this car is all about storage. You know, you have extra space here, as well as a fold-up center console all the way back there. So obviously this is a small interior, but somehow Nissan has found a way to make tons of storage cubbies all around. This is the rear-facing center console with its luscious carpeting still intact. A lot of people don't actually use these, and you'd be really surprised to see that. So you still have extra cubby holes for everything else back here, as well as speakers. So it's really nice to see all this in the condition it's in. So now we're getting in the passenger seat, and it feels totally different, obviously, because of the pedal box, but it actually feels really comfortable, laying back and stuff. They're actually really comfortable seats, obviously because they're cloth, but you do have a nice armrest here as well as over here. You have your grab handle as well, and your passenger mounted cup holder that still works in this car. So for a car that's 17 years old, amenities are not exactly sparse. Another thing I really found that's really interesting, as you know, there's a grab handle over here on the right side. However, there's one missing on this side. We don't know if this is just specifically for the track edition, but on the G35 review we saw there were both grab handles on both sides. So that is still a mystery to us to this day. Now we're under the hood of the 350Z Track Edition. We have Nissan's glorious VQ35DE, and surprisingly it has the most torque out of the VQ35 range. So as far as performance figures go, Nissan's VQ35DE develops 287 horsepower at 6,600 RPM, as well as 274 pound-feet of torque from 3,500 RPM all the way up to 4,800 RPM. So these are really strong numbers, considering this engine design is almost 20 years old. And of course, this is a time when there was no engine covers, no ashamed of hiding your turbo 4 cylinders, nothing like that. This is a V6. Show it proud. And again, I want to talk about the factory installed strut base that Nissan puts on every single 350Z. It's really just nice to show that little bit more of performance you can get out of these cars. Well, we've taken an in-depth look at this awesome 350Z Track Edition. Boy, I cannot wait to get it out on the road for a drive. Let's get out there. All right, so here we go. We're going to start it up. All right, that sounds good. Everything's up to temp. I think we're good to go. All right, here we go. Into gear. First. Alright, so initially just driving it around, I can feel quite a bit more pavement undulations than as I felt in the G35. That's probably partly due to the different suspension, I would think. However, the G35 we tested had really what I would say is economy tires. They were kind of hard, but other than that, they were okay. All right, so we're gonna pull out here just to get on the road. Feels nice. Oh yeah, each shift is really notchy. I really like it. And then again, this is the stock shifter, and you know, there's not too much weight to it, but oh, it feels good. The torque down low is phenomenal. I'm only at like 3,000 RPM. I mean, you can really start to feel what this car is capable of. It's actually, you know, it's actually fantastic. It actually has really decent suspension. So we're gonna do a little pull here from, I'd say, second. All right, here we go. Rolling on to it. Oh. Oh, wow. All right, so we're in second gear. We're gonna slowly roll a little more. That's excellent. Wow, that's just good. Feels nice. Well, man, well, you know, this is an experience I'd definitely like to have again. You know, the 350Z for me used to be just another sports car, but after driving it, after totally checking it out, it truly changed my mind. I mean, this thing's amazing. The VQ35DE, the 6-speed manual transmission. I mean, this, especially that it's a track edition, you know, I mean, it's such an amazing car, an amazing sports car. Anyways, guys, I had so much fun making this video, getting to drive this car, check it inside and out. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I had making it. I'll see you guys all again very soon in the next video. See ya.